Jesus, my anchor. Chapter 1. Luke chapter 6, 27 and 28. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Once upon a time, in a lively little town, 3 inseparable friends, Ellen, Ivana, and Sarah, shared more than just their bonds from church. They shared a passion for soccer. The trio practiced together tirelessly, dreaming of a big day. Their school's soccer tournament. It wasn't just any tournament. This was their chance to shine and maybe even secure a spot on the prestigious state team. Among them, Sarah stood out, not just for her skills, but for her determination and heart. Her best friend, Georgia, was the team captain. Everyone admired Georgia's leadership, and Sarah felt lucky to have her by her side. But sometimes even the strongest friendships face storms. As the tournament approached, Georgia began to feel a twinge of jealousy towards Sarah. Instead of cheering her on, Georgia started making small and hurtful decisions that seemed to hold Sarah back. How will this story unfold? Will Sarah overcome these unexpected challenges? Will the trio's friendship and teamwork triumph over jealousy? Let's dive into the journey and find out.
Hey Sarah, over here.
Hey Sarah, how's it going?
Hey you two, it's been pretty ordinary. What about you two? You both seem excited.
Oh, totally. Can you believe that the tournament's next week? I can't wait to go.
Yeah, I've been working on my defense. I even stayed up late to run some extra drills.
How about you, Georgia? How's your practice going? Are you ready for the tournament?
Well, that's the thing. Do you guys remember Georgia? She's my best friend and the captain of the soccer team. Well, I don't really understand. It's like she's trying to sabotage me.
Sabotage? Why? What happened?
Well, like I said before, I don't really understand it myself. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she's jealous.
Sarah, I think you should distance yourself from Georgia. Someone who acts like this definitely doesn't deserve your friendship.
Yeah, why even bother with someone who's clearly against you? It's not worth the trouble.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I see things differently. My anchor is Christ, not the actions of others. George's behavior, no matter how hurtful, doesn't define me or my future.
But how can you just ignore what she's doing? Doesn't it bother you?
It does hurt, but let me tell you something that keeps me grounded. Do you guys remember the story of Jesus and Judas?
Judas? The guy who betrayed Jesus?
Exactly. Judas was one of Jesus' closest disciples, yet he betrayed him. Even knowing this, Jesus didn't turn him away. He treated him with the same love and kindness as he does with others, even treating him to the Last Supper.
But Judas's betrayal led to Jesus being arrested and crucified. How could Jesus still love him?
Well, this was because Jesus knew that Judas had no ultimate authority over him. His trust in God gave him the strength to love Judas despite the harm he had intended. And my trust in Christ assures me that George's actions cannot derail God's purpose in my life.
So you're saying that even though George's actions are wrong, you're choosing to love and forgive her because you trust that God is in control?
Yes, by trusting Christ, I don't have to be consumed by bitterness or fear. Instead, I can focus on doing my best and leave the rest in His hands.
That's a powerful way to look at it, Sarah. I still don't like what George is doing, but I respect your faith.
Me too. It's not easy to respond with love, but I see why it's important.
Well, thanks you two. Your support means a lot. But hey, whatever happens, we're in this together, right?
Always.
And so, as Sarah sat with her friends, she shared a wisdom beyond her years, rooted in love, faith, and forgiveness. Her choice to trust in something greater than actions of others left Ellen and Ivana reflecting on what it truly meant to be strong. But the road ahead wouldn't be easy. The tournament loomed closer. With it, the pressure to perform. The tension between Sarah and Georgia grew. Chapter 2. Faith and Trust. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." The tournament was nearing its end, and the field buzzed with excitement. For most of the players, it was a time of celebration and anticipation. But for Sarah, it was a bittersweet moment. Despite her hard work and talent, she barely got a chance to play. Feeling overlooked and disheartened, Sarah turned to her closest friends, Ellen and Ivana, to share her thoughts and seek comfort.
Phew, I'm so glad practice is over. I'm so sore. What about you guys?
My legs feel like jelly, but hey, one more game and the tournament's done. We've got this.
For sure. What about you, Sarah? You've been so quiet lately.
Well, it's just Georgia. She didn't even let me play in the tournament. It's like I didn't even get a chance to show what I can do.
What? That's so unfair. You're one of the best players on the team.
Yeah, you worked really hard for this. You should tell Coach about it. He needs to know what's going on.
I don't think I will, no.
Why not?
Well, it's because I don't believe in going to other people's to share my problems. I share my burdens with Jesus the Father. Well, anyways, I think I might try, but I'm not very sure about that. But do you guys remember the story of Jesus standing before Pilate?
Yeah, when Jesus was made to stand trial and before he was crucified.
Exactly. Pilate and the crowd were judging him, but Jesus didn't say a word. He didn't even try to defend himself. Do you know why?
Why? Jesus didn't do anything wrong. Why didn't he speak and defend himself?
Well, this was because Jesus had already shared his burdens with God the Father in Gethsemane. He knew and trusted God that Pilate cannot control his destiny. He knew that human judgment can control his destiny.
So, you're saying you're trusting God with this situation?
Yes, by trusting in Christ, I don't have to fear anyone or Georgia. Whatever Georgia or the coach decides, I trust him.
That's a powerful way to look at it, Sarah. Just remember that we'll always be here for you.
Well, thank you too. Your support means a lot.
And the friends walked away. Sarah felt a little lighter, even though she didn't know what the future held. Her faith gave her peace. Ellen and Ivana admired Sarah's strength, even if they didn't quite fully understand it. Chapter 3. Be still. Psalm 46 verses 10 conveys, "Be still and know I am God." In times of disappointment, faith reminds us to trust in God's greater plan. For Sarah, her belief in being still and trusting God's will was a lesson for her friends who were beginning to understand. However, Ellen and Ivana, unable to sit quietly, decided to step in and speak up for their friend. Let's see how their conversation with the coach unfolds.
It's me, Coach. Can we talk to you for a moment?
Sure, girls. Can I help you with something?
It's about our friend Sarah, who's competing in the senior league tournament. We think that she hasn't been given a fair chance to play.
Yeah, she's worked really hard for this, but it just feels like she's been overlooked. We just want to make sure you knew.
I understand your concerns, but the assessment has been completed and the final teams has been chosen.
Oh, I see.
Well, did Sarah make it to the team?
Well, no, she didn't. I'm sorry.
We understand decisions have been made, Coach, but we feel that it's important, like players, to feel valued and supported. Everyone deserves a chance to show what they can do.
I get it. I understand what you say. I will take this consider moving forward. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you, Coach. That's all we want to say.
As Ellen and Ivana walked away, they couldn't change the outcome of the tournament, but they felt they had done the right thing by speaking up for their friend. Even when things seemed unfair, their actions showed courage and kindness. What lies ahead for Sarah and her friends? Let's find out in the next chapter.
Hey, Ivana. Did you believe the news? It was unbelievable. I can't believe we actually made it.
Have you seen Sarah? She's not around.
Well, she's probably still feeling down about what happened. We should go and find her.
Let's take her to church. You know how she likes to go there when she's upset.
Yeah.
While Ellen and Ivana were looking for Sarah, Sarah was in the church, whispering her prayers as tears streamed down her face.
God, I don't understand. I gave it everything I had, but it feels like this is not enough. I thought I know I'd fail, but whatever happens, what about things I don't understand? I trust you.
Sarah? We've been looking here for you. We've got some news.
News?
What news?
Well, you didn't make the state team, but
You made the national team!
Wait, are you serious?
I'm serious. The national team selector was at your game. He saw the potential in you and thinks you have it to go to nationals.
I can't believe this. This is more than I ever dreamed of. I thought I'd fail, but now I see. This was God's work. He didn't let me fail. He had something even greater in store for me.
we always believed in you, Sarah. You were destined for amazing things.
And this is just the start, Sarah. You're going to shine.
Thanks, you two. Your support means a lot. And this isn't just my victory. This was God's work. My Lord is my anchor and my guide. I can't wait to see what He has planned next for me.
What we witness today is not just the triumph of a young athlete, but the triumph of faith over fear, of patience over frustration, and of trust over despair. Like Sarah, we are called to anchor ourselves in that trust, knowing that no matter how uncertain life may seem, God is at work in every moment. So as we leave here today, let us carry with us the reminder that faith is not just about believing in good times, but holding steadfast in the tough ones. Like Sarah, may we have the courage to trust that Even when we feel like we are failing, we are truly being lifted.